Hi guys, this is Dan from the Investment ABC, and in this video I'm going to explain in which asset class I'm going to invest in 2019 and why. Since equities, cryptos and real estate had a huge run during the last 10 years and are, despite the recent crash, historically overvalued, I'm starting to invest into gold and silver bullion and some mining stocks with low debt. I will also hold 50% in cash because cash was probably most hated by investors during the last 10 years. No one wanted to hold cash, but in my opinion, things are about to change. Credit is tightening, and we will see countries, corporations, and private individuals scrambling for cash. The yield curve is about to invert, so that we are most likely not far from entering a recession. And on top of that, the Fed clearly signaled us that they will cut the rope and let the markets fall. All these new investors who bought their first share in 2009 or later, they never experienced a real crash, and this crash is going to be one of the worst in history because the Fed distorted the markets for such a long time. These investors will be surprised that from now on, buy the dip like the last 10 years, that buy the dip will not work anymore. From now on, it is the complete opposite. I think every rally will be sold, and the shorting will start at some point. It is funny how some stocks already lost 35 to 50% of their value, although the short sellers did not even dare to short the market yet. If you tried to short this market the last 10 years, you were doomed to lose money. But at some point, the short sellers will understand that the Fed pulled the plug on the market, and they will pile in with their shorts and cause, together with the people who are selling in panic, huge sell-offs. I am right now not sure if this is the last major downturn before an economic reset, or if the central banks one more time want to pull out a rabbit out of their hat and save the system. The central banks have a big problem. If they want to rescue the system again, they can't lower the interest rates anymore to have a meaningful impact on the markets, and bailouts are harder to sell to the public. They could start another round of quantitative easing, but at some point these actions will lose their effects. I personally tend to believe that this is the final recession before an economic reset, only because the debt burden is reaching really unsustainable levels. The debt has to get rid of the system, and I think our President Trump is going to be the scapegoat who will default on the US debt willingly or unwillingly and cause chaos in the market. This is right now the perfect time in my eyes to buy gold and silver. If not as an investment, I personally will buy it as an insurance. I am no perma bear or gold bug. I am a cycle jumper. If you are able to time the secular bull markets, you can grow your wealth exponentially compared to just stay in one asset class and wait for it to recover from the bear market. In some cases, it took the stock market more than 10 years to see new all-time highs. And if this bear market is really the last one before a reset, it will take probably longer than 10 years. During the last 7 years, many strong believers in gold and silver gave up on that asset class because they thought that central banks can manipulate the price to infinity, and they were missing out on gains in the stock, real estate, and crypto markets. Most of these investors believe that we have a correction and move higher in the equity markets. But when they realize that this time it is different, money will flow back into the precious metals market. And when it is obvious to average Joe on the street that that it's about to get ugly, people will get into in masses into gold and silver, and when it is not available anymore, also into the mining stocks and probably Bitcoin as a hedge. Although I stated in my earlier videos that I believe Bitcoin will have trouble to hold its value after a reset, Yes, before the reset, when people realize, oh shit, something is about to happen, yeah, they will flee the system and go into Bitcoin too. But after the reset, Bitcoin will have trouble to hold the value. If the Fed is able to save the markets one more time, you have to have cash to buy cheap real estate, equities, and you have to ride the last wave up. That's why I will have my 50% cash reserve. Um, yeah, that's what I think will happen, and that's why I am personally buying precious metals from now on. And you can also cost average into these precious metals. But I think now it's the perfect time, not only as an insurance, but also to make money on it. Check out also my other videos where I predicted the Dow drop from almost 26,000 to recent prices 1 week prior to the crash. Ride the waves and grow your wealth, guys. If you like this video, press the like button to support this channel and subscribe. We need to educate more people so that they wake up and see in what kind of economic system we are living in. Realization is the first step to real change. Thanks, guys. Bye.